Okay, now then, we did finally found a set of keys that this computer liked, so we got it installed. Now then, the first thing that I do after that is I go into my control panel, which I've already done, and I say, well, I probably need to have this on camera. And when you go into your control panel, that's what it's going to look like. And so I go in there and I put it on large icons. And when we start our updating, Windows will pester you to death, and you're trying to do several things, and they're pestering you to death trying to get you to do something else. So what I always do is just go in here and change setting. And I put it comes on this setting right here. Install automatically. No, I don't want it to install automatically because it's going to try to interfere with what I'm trying to do. So what I want it to do is to check for updates and then let me choose whether or not to update it. Okay? Now then, after we get that one done, then the next one we need to do is we need to come in here into user account. My grandson Ben, this is going to be his computer, so he's going to be the admin. Now, and when you open this up, right there is where it's going to set. Now, if you leave it right there, this operating system is going every single time you do anything, it's going to pop a window up and ask you, do you really want to do this? Yes, I do. I wouldn't do it if I didn't really want to do it. So what I do is take this bar and slide it down, never notify, and hit OK. And that way you don't have to worry about that thing. And go back. The next thing that we do is we want to go to power options. Okay, now you've got several options you can go with. A balanced option, a power saver option. But again, this is being built for one of my grandkids. And what do grandkids love to do?
Leave the computer on.
They want everything fast. They want game, they're gamers, everything else. So we're going to change that to high performance.
Yep.
Okay.
I have
And
on right now.
also, this operating system is set to turn your display off in 15 minutes. Open that up. Nah, don't never turn it off. Save settings. Okay. Now then, I believe I got all that stuff. Now, what I want to do, first of all, I don't like this black screen, so I'm going to do something about that. Let's go into my computer. I've got a drive right here that well, I thought I had it somewhere.
What?
All of my Windows, I've got it somewhere. Windows 7. There we go.
Oh, Battlefield 3.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to pick out a background. So I'm going to flip through these things, and y'all kind of help me pick out something that you think Ben would like.
We'll go through all of them.
This is what I got on the other one that I built for him.
Yeah.
Of course, this computer's going to be tracking that other one I built. I don't know. That one I kind of like. I mean, he can always change and put something else on.
Oh, that one's good. It's
Oh,
a
you like
Battlefield
that
3.
Okay. Well, we'll just say that is back there.
And if he doesn't like it, then I mean, he can just change it.
You can always browse the internet.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's a Battlefield 3 going.
Alright, now then, the next thing that we need to do is we need to, let me explain to you about the motherboard. Now the motherboard has a lot of stuff embedded chips, okay? You got a sound chip in there. You've got an internet chip. You got all this other type of stuff in there. Now, it's operated off of flash memory, so it doesn't have a big capacity. So, what you're going to need with every motherboard, they send a DVD. That is your driver DVD. Okay?
You have to have that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're not even going to go on the internet until you get drivers. So,
You have to have an internet driver to get on the internet.
yeah. So,
You have to have a driver for basically everything.
yeah, you do.
Even sound.
Mhm.
Okay. Run setup.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Now what you want to do, you don't necessarily want to install that. You go up here to drivers. This is all your drivers that your motherboard run off on.
Mhm.
First thing we're going to do is, all this stuff here is like freebie crap. We want AMC chip drivers. This is the drivers that runs most of your chips.
Does this have the same graphics card as mine?
This and the graphics card on this one is, this is a 660. You got a 1060. And plus you got 6 gigabytes of RAM on yours, and this one's got 2. I think. So your graphic card is much better than this one. But it also costs several $100 more than this one.
Yeah.
So,
As long as it gets the job done.
yeah. Well, you got to understand, I'm building this for Ben and Grace. Grace has a laptop already,
Mhm.
so she can do most anything she wants to on her laptop.
Mhm.
Ben is, what, 8 years old?
8 or 9. Something.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't have to have a high performance computer for Ben, which is going to wind up being Ben's computer.
Mhm.
But I don't have to have a high performance computer for Ben. And by the time Ben gets to the point where he needs a high performance computer, this will be too slow anyway.
Mhm.
Of course, I'll probably be dead by then. After he's buying one. But
Mhm.
but anyway,
Look,
okay. Audio drivers. Install them.
and everybody's gonna look at people that actually came to learn stuff from you, me and Zelda, to build them some stuff.
Mhm.
Well, but look at Abby.
Mm-hmm.
How long did I teach Abby? Abby can do anything now. Of course, Abby also went to college on computers, but
Probably end up taking classes on computers.
yeah, did. But I bought Abby many books because she wanted to learn how to write programs.
Mhm.
And so I bought her books so she could understand the computer language and how to write, and she has wrote several small programs. And
She even made a game.
yeah,
It was a small game, but it functioned.
yeah,
I'm taking a class right now where like we create apps and make games and stuff.
Yeah, I want to learn to do that type of stuff.
you get rid thing. Property. Let's auto hide this bar. That way I won't have to worry about it. Okay. Now then, English. Install.
What in this computer is AMD?
Yeah.
Is it like a motherboard or something like that?
Oh yeah. Or the processors, AMD, core. I mean, you got to. Everything's got to work together. So the motherboard is built for the AMD processor. That's what you start off with. Like I told you, the CPU is the engine. So you've got to have an engine. That's the first thing you do is you decide what engine you want. After you decide what engine you want, then you look at the motherboards. The motherboards are made for the engines. It'll either be Intel or it'll be AMD. And so you pick whatever you want. Now, is there a difference in the two? Yes, there is. And if I was using a computer to do drastic, or to do calculus or something of that nature, I'd go Intel. Because Intel will go a lot further, have a lot further decimals than AMD. AMD is you might say AMD is the poor man's computer. It's cheaper than Intel. It's a really good gaming computer. I mean, it'll do anything you want, don't get me wrong, but it just won't go in depth like Intel will.
I know GeForce is better at recording than Radeon.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I like to do. Just sit there and record stuff.
Yeah. Well, in video cards, you basically have those two, and that's basically it. The chipsets on all video cards is either one or the other. And I prefer the GeForce. That's just a personal preference.
No, I like GeForce. It's a lot faster.
Well, I don't know if they're faster, but
Feel faster.
I've had better luck with them. I'll put it that way. More durability. Now, when it tells you to restart like this, what it's doing is it downloaded all those drivers to a temporary folder.
No,
Yes.
when you restart
You're right. Now, you do realize that when you're talking about drivers don't go to one place. Drivers go all over the computer to make something work. For instance, sound. Is this going to be the only sound? You can put headphones right there and listen to it, but is that going to be your only sound? No. Y'all also got a sound button back here, or you can run it through your video card and have sound. You know, but not unless those sound drivers is all over the computer.
USB. It's have sound drivers and USBs, all of these ports and stuff.
So that's what it's doing right now. Anytime it tells you to restart, what it's done is put those drivers in a temporary folder, and as it restarts, it's dispersing those drivers to every folder that will possibly ever need it in the future. Okay. Now we're still working on the motherboard drivers. We haven't even got to the video card drivers yet. Nor the updates, nor the BIOS protection. We got to do all that.
That's the long part. We have now hit the long part.
We'll do this kind of in sections.
Or we're gonna like stop the recording and then
Yeah.
start it again.
Well, I did we did it in 5 sections when we built the computer, and I loaded 5 sections. And I did that because YouTube don't like for you to have a movie that's an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
They like 5-10 minute movies, you know, that type of stuff. So
There's some videos that's like, watch this person do this for like 10 hours straight. It takes like a while to like convert to
yeah, well,
YouTube.
yeah, we'll do the same thing with this.
It takes too much internet to upload like 10-hour stuff.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and load the drivers, and then we'll stop. Computer.
Have the drivers been installed yet?
Well, some of it has. I'm still working on it, buddy. I ain't got all of it done yet.
Like the AMD one.
Remember, every time it has a reload, then I have to start all over again.
Ugh.
And what I do is just continue down that list. Reach up here and hit drivers. Now I've done the chipset, I've done this, the sound. Now then I'm down to SATA controls. Now what does SATA mean?
Don't know.
No, I don't know.
Have you heard me mention SATA so far?
I've heard you mention it, but
Okay.
I don't know.
It's a type of hard drive, and what it means is speed. We did have IDE, and SATA is much faster. That's how come they come up with it. It's capable of a lot more storage, and it's much faster than IDE was. You know, it's just like anything else. At IDE, we was getting to the end of the driveway. Wasn't a whole lot we could do. So they had to come up with something different. So they figured out that they could make SATA, and it would expand the horizons. Much more you could do to it. So they started making SATA, and now then you can't even buy an IDE motherboard. In fact, if you remember, I had hard drives right there, stacked all the way up. I throw them all away. The reason I throw them all away, there's all IDE. You can't even buy an IDE motherboard anymore. So they were useless. Now, after they come out with SATA, they did come out with motherboards that were both IDE and SATA. But then they dropped the IDE entirely. Now then you can only buy SATA. In fact, they've already
Really, like, not made anymore?
They don't make them no more. In fact, they're up to 6 on SATA. They started off with SATA, then it went to SATA 3, and then they're up to SATA 6 now. So, I don't know. There's no telling. They liable to come up with something different. Technology changes every day. The object of the situation is to try to understand technology. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. I have sat here and scratched my head many a time trying to understand the new technology that they come out with that is making my life miserable when I'm trying to do these computers for people. Because they don't give you instructions. Well, this has changed and this is what you do. They just put it out there and you either figure it out or you don't figure it out. Whatever the case might be. Alright, now LAN, that's what we're doing now. That's your internet. See, it won't even go on the internet until this driver's on the motherboard.
Mm-hmm.
Board cord for internet. Is it what gives the little socket for the blue internet cord?
Yeah, and also I'm going to make this one wireless because Ben does not have a internet wire in his room. And In fact, there is very few in my house. So, I mean, he's got a dedicated computer room upstairs, and I think he's got one in his bedroom. And that's about it.
I don't think I've ever been to their house.
I've only been in once. Alright, now this is USB 3.0. That, talking about technology, this is more technology. Because we had USB 2.0, which was fine. No problem. But then they figured, they found out a way, or they figured out a way to make it faster, and they made it 2.1, which that was fine. Then they figured out a way to make it even faster. Then they made it 3.0. And so we've been doing 2.0 and 3.0. Now then they got 3.1. So, eventually they probably do away with 2.0. Okay, now then, I do believe that all the necessary drivers are loaded for the motherboard. Now, we're gonna need a video card driver. And for this particular video card, I do have a driver. I don't know where it's at, but this right here is this is the driver for the same video card you got in yours. So hopefully, being it's so much advanced over this, it will work. This is a 1060 driver. CD for a 1060 driver.
Did it come with my graphics card?
No, it comes with my graphics card. But yeah. Yeah, it's telling me that it's lower. No, I don't need to read it. Okay. No, I don't want Google Chrome. I don't want to Google too much. I do want a display driver. I don't want tweaking because he's too young to worry about overclocking. That's something that if I let Riley do, he would do and run my video card. And
burn it up.
Burn it up. Cost $499, and you would burn it up if I let you do that. So.
No, I wouldn't overclock it.
Oh no,
I wouldn't overclock it.
Absolutely not.
I don't even know how to overclock it.
Well, that right there gives you tools to do it with, but I didn't load it on your computer.
Because you don't want me burning it.
That's right. When you've got a $500 video card in your computer, I don't want you burning it up by overclocking it, and I know you. If it'll make your game run 0.2 of 1 second faster, you'll overclock it.
I mean, that one extra frame per second matters.
The only thing, Riley, that I could do, and it would be, you'd have to buy another video card, which is $500. But let me see if I got one in here. I think I do. Yeah, right there. That is a cable to hook two video cards together. So, if we bought you another $500 video card,
yeah, I'll save up.
You've got the slots in your computer, and we take that and hook the two video cards together, it'd be just ungodly fast.
I'll save them up.
Then I'd have to start worrying about you burning up your CPU. See, for every
extra, there's a...
For every action, there is a equal and counter reaction. Isn't that what Einstein said?
Yep.
And it's very true.
How does the CPU burn up?
Well,
Too fast.
right. I mean, they make gaming computer boards, okay, which I don't buy because I can't afford them. A gaming computer board is anywhere from $800 to $1,200, but everything on it is heavy duty.
There's a graphics card that is really fast.
Well, on gaming computer boards, you could actually put 4 graphic cards on there, and at $500 a pop, that's $2,000 just in graphic cards,
Do you know?
and that's the price today. Now next week, they'd probably be $700 for the same card.
Do you know what a Titan X is? Have you ever seen a Titan X?
Oh yeah.
$1,000 graphics card.
Yep.
Imagine putting 4 of those in one computer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's what I've been telling you and Tommy. You and Tommy always, you want to play on your computer, you want it so darn fast that it'll melt the paint off the wall. Well, I can't do that without big money, and I don't have the big money to put into it. Yeah, I mean, if you want that, that can be done, but you need to save yourself up about $15,000.
What if I do
And
save
then-
$50,000 and I get the parts?
Well, then if you're going to spend $15,000, where do you want to spend it? You want to spend it on a computer so you can game, or you want to buy a car with it? Okay, you know,
I just have that.
you
No, I
got to
just
be
have casually $15,000 sitting out.
you've got
have
to
anything
be
to spend it on.
sensible about the money that you earn and spend. That's how come I told you and Tommy both. You're never going to have a problem with speed if you go with Xbox and PlayStation. That's the way to go. That's the cheapest way to go. Not computer, because you can't afford gaming computers. The only people who have gaming computers are these nuts that work somewhere in computer programming or whatever, and they have $150,000 a year job. Gonna pay them $150,000. Yeah, if they gonna get paid $150,000, $200,000 a year, yeah, they can afford a $15,000 gaming computer. But most of us can't.
I went onto a website to custom pick a bunch of parts that I would put in a computer. The outcome of it was $25,000. I'm not going to pay $25,000 for a computer.
Papa, over the years, how much money do you think you spent on like every computer you've built?
God, there's no telling, darling.
Thousands upon thousands.
Oh yeah, thousands.
My computer alone probably 3,000. It's getting close to 3,000.
Like, do you think you've gone over about like 100,000?
Huh?
Do you think you've gone over about 100,000?
Probably.
I'm probably getting close to that.
Because $3,000 on just my computer.
Mm-hmm. Like just this one, too.
Yeah.
You have to take that into consideration.
Well, you see, it's a double-edged sword, because not only do you have to spend the big bucks on hardware. Hardware is the stuff that we did last night.
Mm-hmm.
All that's hardware. That costs big bucks.
Mm-hmm.
But not only do you have to spend the big bucks for that.
You have to spend the
big bucks for
software.
Oh yeah, then you put software on.